They are wondrous beings of the ocean, gliding effortlessly through the water with gentle majesty. As the largest living animals ever known to grace our planet, whales have always evoked our fascination due to their loving nature and melodious songs.
These are animals that have extremely large brains and extremely high levels of intelligence and extremely high levels of social interaction amongst each other. So they're much closer to humans than most humans would realize. That whales and dolphins, there's been lots of research done, have been shown to be very self-aware, just as humans are very self-aware, just as great apes are very self-aware.
ホエールウォッチングボートに初めて乗りまして、で生まれて初めてそのライブで目の前で大きなクジラさんに出会った時に、その実際のこう体の大きさ以上にね、なんかこう神々しいもの、畏敬の念を抱かずにはいられないような、なんかものすごいオーラを感じて、温かさとか優しさとか非常に深いものを感じて。
The images in the following program are highly sensitive and may be as disturbing to viewers as they were to us. However, we have to show the truth about animal cruelty.
Peace-loving viewers, today on Supreme Master Television's Stop Animal Cruelty series, our featured experts Phil Klein, Senior Oceans Campaigner for Greenpeace USA, Yuki Okazaki, Vice Chairwoman and Director of Alsa Nature Conservatory, Sue Roker, Intern Coordinator for the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society, and Regina Asmuta Silvia, Senior Biologist for the Society, will once again discuss their experiences with whales, the inhumane treatment of these kind beings, and the human-caused threats that have led to their highly endangered status. If you see a school of whales where there is a feeding mother, first, kill the calves, because then the mother won't leave. Next, kill the mother, then the male won't leave. And finally, kill the male. These words from Vladimir Dabrowski, a former whaling ship captain, illustrate the kill at all costs mentality of whalers. Recognizing the love and loyalty whales have for their fellow family members, whalers cruelly exploit this trait of devotion to more easily butcher these peaceful beings. Harpoon, cannons, grenades, explosives. These are the ruthless tools used to slaughter whales. Ships relentlessly chase after their fear-stricken victims, exhausting the whales and then brutally attacking them until the seas turn red. The whales die slow, painful deaths while drowning in their own blood. Whale slaughter is not the only danger threatening the existence of our gentle giants. Other human activities are creating hazards for marine life, especially whales. These include pollution, boat collisions and climate change. Last year, the Associated Press reported on the death of a Brutus whale in Malaysia, where an autopsy showed the female had swallowed a black plastic bag, a rope and a bottle cap, which resulted in the clogging of the intestine.
We were out on the water doing a research trip last week. We spent over an hour picking up trash, a lot of balloons and plastic bags and things that end up in the ocean, and animals can mistake for food.
We all store pollutants in our blubber layer, and whales have a much thicker blubber layer than we do. So in some parts of the world, for example, beluga whales up in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, when an animal dies, their body has to be treated like it's hazardous material and disposed of a certain way. That's how polluted their environment is. And so pollutants are a big deal for the whales and for us.
most of the testing of marine mammals for mercury, PCBs, other persistent organic pollutants have shown incredibly high levels, exceeding in many cases by hundreds of times the own health advisory set by the Japanese government. So the Japanese public really has a very little understanding that, one, they're hunting on the high seas, two, they're hunting in an internationally recognized whale sanctuary, and three, that the meat in their supermarkets is exceeding toxic levels of multiple compounds set by their own government.
These toxins accumulate in the female whale's blubber, which then contaminates their milk and eventually their calves. The horrific truth about whale slaughter and their highly polluted habitat is hidden from the public eye.
Now, if the information could be broadly spread across the Japanese public that, one, it's 100% subsidized with their tax money, two, that there's international outrage at hunting in recognized whale sanctuaries, and three, that toxic poisonous products are being distributed through their supermarkets with no notification to the public, this would probably cause enough outrage that they would end whaling from Japan.
Another danger to cetaceans is the increasing amount of noise pollution in our seas. Certain species of whales communicate with each other through lyrical whale songs, and others depend on echolocation. For example, sperm whales make clicks with their teeth that can be heard for many kilometers. Unfortunately, noise from ships and other human sources interfere with the whales' communication. It can cause them disorientation and even collisions with boats, often killing or maiming them.
Whales and dolphins have the most sophisticated means of communication, and their world is driven by sound, where we have sight being our primary sense for first interactions with our environment. Whales and porpoise use sound to gather all of that same kind of information about their environment.
Our oceans are incredibly noisy these days. We've got increases in vessel traffic, seismic drilling, oil exploration, Navy sonar, and whales are so very acoustic, they rely on sound for everything that they need. And so you add that on top of pollution, on top of whaling, on top of trying to stay out of the way of boats, those fast ferries that we all use to get around, or the ships and tankers that bring our goods and services into port. It is the cumulative impact that we're worried about.
We will return after these brief messages with more on the dangers our whale friends face. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.